Imagine being quiet, expecting her to miss you, but she appears unconcerned. How do you make her feel your absence so profoundly that she can't ignore it? Don't simply go quiet. Make every second of stillness work for you. Stillness may be ineffective. Silence has two sides. When used well, it may provide room for someone to miss you, but when misused, it can entirely backfire. People sometimes approach quiet with the incorrect perspective, thinking that stopping messaging would reveal their need for someone. However, silence only works when it comes from a position of strength, not desperation. If you stop talking to her, you may still be waiting by your phone, wondering when she would notice. She may not sense the absence, since she subconsciously understands you're still emotionally connected to her quiet. To be effective, take time for yourself without using it as a tactic to make her miss you. Women can sense if your silence is manipulative or forced, and may view it as immature or needy. True silence is about self-improvement, not triggering reactions. Focus on yourself rather than others. Silence is powerful when it comes from self-respect and personal growth. Without this foundation, silence is just empty space. Practicing patience is challenging, particularly when emotions are engaged following silence. Many men anticipate rapid effects, thinking the woman would notice by tomorrow and miss them by next week. However, relationships, emotions, and psychology operate differently. Silence is a slow burn, not a fast-track answer. Think about it. If she's accustomed to you constantly reaching out, it's going to take time for her to adapt to your absence. At first, she might even feel relieved or think finally some space. But as days turn into weeks, that initial relief fades and something deeper sets in. Curiosity, doubt, and eventually longing. The problem arises when you sit there waiting for her to text you. This mindset sabotages the whole process because it keeps you emotionally dependent on her reaction. Genuine silence means you let go of expectations entirely. You stop searching for immediate validation and trust the process. The absence of rapid effects doesn't mean your quiet isn't working. It simply means the emotional impact is still building. Patience is crucial. Quiet is a lengthy game, and those who master it realize that the benefits come with time. 3. How women perceive silence differently. Let's delve at how women emotionally process quiet. It's completely different from how guys do when a man stays quiet. He may think she'll notice instantly, and it'll hit her hard. But that's not how it works. Women process emotions in layers. At first, she might not even register your absence because she's confident in her belief that you'll reach out again. She thinks she knows your pattern. But as time goes on, cracks begin to form in that confidence. She starts to wonder, why hasn't he texted me yet? Is he really done with me? Has he moved on? That's when the emotional impact starts to take root. The emotional impact of absence. And here's the kicker. Women are much better at disguising their feelings than men. Even when your silence begins affecting her, she won't show it right away. You might believe she's all right, but internally, she's doubting everything. This is why patience is so vital. Silence works on women because it forces them to confront emotions they've been avoiding. It gives them space to miss you. Not just the surface level you, but the energy, attention, and presence you use to bring into their life. It's a slow process, but when it hits hard. The key is understanding that silence affects women deeply, but it takes time for that emotional wave to build and crash. 4. The necessity of concentrating on oneself. Quiet without self-improvement is like a vehicle without an engine. It goes nowhere. The biggest mistake men make during no contact is doing nothing with their time. They sit around obsessing over whether she's thinking about them instead of using that silence as an opportunity to grow. Here's the truth. No contact isn't just about her missing you. It's about you becoming someone she would miss in the first place. Take a step back and ask yourself, what have you done to improve your life since you stopped talking to her? Have you started up a new hobby focused on your fitness, or worked on your confidence, or are you simply sitting around waiting for her to notice your absence? Women are naturally attracted onto men who have purpose and drive. If your silence is matched with progress, it communicates a powerful message. You're not sitting around waiting for her. You're moving forward when she ultimately recognizes your progress, whether via social media, mutual friends, or meeting you in person. It causes a ripple effect. She begins to wonder, did I underestimate him? Did I lose someone fantastic? That's the power of focusing on yourself. Silence combined with growth makes her rethink everything, and that's when the real impact begins. 5. What really makes her notice? Here's the truth. Most people won't tell you. It's not the silence itself that makes her notice. It's what you do during that silence. If you're just sitting there doing nothing, she may not even care. But if you're out there living your best life, the energy. Women are incredibly perceptive when it comes to energy. They can sense when a guy is confident, focused and flourishing, and they can feel when he's not. Think about it. What makes them come back this way? Silence without substance is forgettable, but silence paired with confidence, growth and purpose is unforgettable. It's in the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and the way you show up in the world. When she senses that you're no longer emotionally dependent on her, it triggers something in her. She starts to feel your absence, not just physically but emotionally. She begins to wonder, why does he seem so happy without me? Did I make a mistake? The key to making her notice is shifting your focus entirely off her and onto yourself. When you're genuinely happy, confident and thriving, it creates a magnet energy that's impossible to ignore. She'll start to question her own decisions and feel drawn back to you. Not because you begged for her attention, but because you didn't need it in the first place. That's what makes her notice. 6. Why chasing her backfires. Chasing after someone who has distanced themselves from you is one of the fastest ways to lose respect and power in a relationship. When you chase her after a period of no contact, what you're really saying is, I don't value myself enough to wait for you to realize my worth. This behavior not only diminishes your value in her eyes, but also reinforces her belief that she holds all the control. Think about it this way. When you chase, you eliminate the mystery. There's no longer any tension or excitement, because you've already laid your cards on the table. She doesn't need to wonder what you're thinking or how you're feeling. You've shown her everything. And here's the hard truth. People are naturally attracted to what they can't fully have. It's human nature to crave what feels. Out of reach. By pursuing her, you make yourself too available, and accessibility frequently leads to a lack of appreciation. Yet what's the alternative? The solution is in growing patience and self-respect instead, than seeking attention on building an atmosphere of confidence and independence. Let her come to you when you pull back. You give her the space to question her feelings and evaluate what she's losing. It's not about ignoring her. It's about showing her that your world doesn't revolve around her validation. This approach not only protects your dignity, but also increases your value in her eyes. She'll begin to see you as a strong self-assured man who doesn't compromise his worth for anyone. 7. The psychological effect of how to handle it. When they reach out. Absence. When you remove yourself from someone's life, you create a vacuum, and that hole is strong. Absence forces reflection. It's in the times of silence that people start to recognize the impact you had in their life. This is especially true in partnerships. When you're no longer easily accessible, her mind tries to fill in the blanks. She begins to repeat memories, analyze past interactions, and doubt her decisions. This psychological process, often referred to as emotional withdrawal, can be incredibly impactful. When someone is used to your presence, your texts, calls, or attention, they develop a sense of comfort and routine. The moment that routine is disrupted, their mind goes into overdrive, trying to make sense of the change. She might wonder, why hasn't he reached out? Is he seeing someone else? Did I make a mistake? These questions create emotional tension, and it's this tension that makes her think about you more. However, the effectiveness of absence depends on the value you brought into her life. If your presence was enriching, supportive, and memorable, your absence will feel significant. But if your presence was inconsistent or overly dependent on her, your absence might not leave the same impression. This is why it's crucial to focus on self-improvement and personal growth. During no contact, the stronger and more confident you become, the more impactful your absence will be. 8. How to manage it. When she reaches out at some point, your silence may encourage her to reach out. It may be in the form of a casual hello, a query about something trivial, or even a heartfelt message. Whatever the case, this moment is critical. How you react or choose not to respond may determine the future dynamic of your connection. When she reaches out, your initial response could be to jump at the chance. Resist that impulse. Reacting too early or too eagerly can destroy all the progress you've made during no contact. Instead, take a moment to analyze the scenario. Why is she reaching out? Is it out of genuine interest, or is she merely attempting to test the waters? Knowing her intentions can help you pick the best course of action. When you do answer, maintain your tone, calm, confident, and collected. Avoid diving into difficult issues or discussing the past immediately away. Instead, keep the conversation light and entertaining for key steps to maintain control. Example: if she asks how you've been, respond with something positive and interesting about your life. Show her that you're thriving without her. This not only piques her curiosity, but also reinforces the idea that you're not waiting around for her validation. Remember, the goal isn't to play hard to get. It's to maintain your self-respect and independence by handling her message with confidence and ease. You shift the power dynamic. She'll regard you as someone who's comfortable in themselves, and that's an incredibly beautiful feature. 9. Why confidence is crucial. Confidence is the foundation of attraction. It's what makes people take attention, and it's what leaves a lasting impression with no interaction. Your confidence, or lack thereof, will be one of the determining aspects in how she perceives you. If your quiet is founded in insecurity or fear, she'll feel it. But if your silence derives from a place of strength and self-certainty, it becomes a powerful statement. Confidence isn't only about how you carry yourself, it's about how you regard yourself. Do you see yourself as someone who deserves respect and love, or are you constantly seeking validation from others? These internal beliefs shape your actions, and your actions shape how others perceive you. When you believe in your worth, you exude a natural magnetism that draws people in. During no contact, focus on improving your confidence through self-improvement. Establish goals, pursue hobbies, and invest in your personal growth. When she realizes that you're thriving and happy without her, it challenges her preconceptions. She begins to question if letting you leave was the correct, proper decision. This adjustment in perception might spark her interest and make her view you in a new way. Confidence isn't about arrogance or pretending to be somebody you're not. It's about accepting your actual self and standing strong in your worth. When you embody this mentality, your silence becomes a mirror of your inner strength, and that's what makes a lasting impact. 10. The importance of staying true to yourself. No contact isn't a game or a manipulation tactic. It's an opportunity to reconnect with yourself. The moment you start using no contact as a way to control or influence her behavior, you lose sight of its true purpose. The goal isn't to make her miss you. It's to rediscover your own worth and build a life that makes you happy. Staying true to yourself means setting boundaries, prioritizing your well-being and living authentically. It means not compromising your values or self-respect just to win someone back. When you stay true to yourself, you attract people who appreciate and respect you for who you are, not for what you can do for them during no contact. Concentrate on being the best version of yourself. Take charge of your story. Passions, strengthen your relationships with friends and family, and take care of your mental and physical health. By doing so, you'll not only feel more confident and fulfilled, but also create a life that's worth sharing with someone else. And here's the most empowering part. When you stay true to yourself, you realize that your happiness doesn't depend on anyone else. Whether she comes back or not, you'll be in a place of strength and contentment. And that's what no contact is truly about. Not about winning her back, but about winning yourself back. Thank you for watching. If this video resonated with you and you received some valuable ideas, don't forget to hit the like button and share it with someone who could need this guidance. Subscribe to the channel for more powerful methods and lessons to elevate your life. Set on the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and as usual, write a comment below. I'd love to hear your ideas and experiences. Keep strong, stay focused, and I'll see you in the future video.